spirits. Now, in a previous video, I mentioned Edgar Cayce, the Sleeping Prophet, 1877 to 1945, and was citing him as possible evidence that there's a spirit world. Maybe that's true. I've spent the interim studying the transcripts of interviews he gave and so forth, and predictions he made. And I don't feel convinced. You get the impression, many of these made 1944, 1945. It was a very scary time. They would ask him about the nature of war and he would give vague answers. There didn't especially be any insight, any extra knowledge. He certainly came across as a decent chap. He'd say he was always trying to help with his answers and possibly believed he had a power and was trying to contribute to human welfare. But no supernatural knowledge was especially involved. Say the answers just never had any particular factual content. But just because that doesn't feel true, again, not dismissing anything out of hand, could there still possibly be spirits? Because it's a nice reassuring idea that people we've loved who've died might still be there. Putting this one forward though, if the human beings do have a soul, have a spirit that is capable of, let's say, comes from the planet, comes into the body, leaves at the end of life and rejoins another body, even if that were real, why would those spirits have knowledge of the future? Time is still a linear thing on this planet anyway. We are not as yet warped by the gravitational space-time waves that we've recently discovered. A spirit could be real, but how could it provide insight about the future? I think it's a fair point to make. Although the more you, as I say, everyone likes to credit themselves with spirituality, but the more that you investigate the idea of spirits and past lives, the more you find it only appears to be narcissistic, wealthy women who have had this experience. It's never a decent working bloke who goes, yeah, I was this before, I think. No, it's always a lady with money and time and a lot of time for herself that discovers such a thing. So, as much as, again, it would be reassuring to any individual who's lost somebody, I don't see any more serious, hard evidence for the existence of spirits than I do for the existence of gods. Again, it always comes to the argument, hey, we're just on our own, we're just animals. I still would like to repeat and propose my brain stream theory, if you remember that, which is if a traumatic event occurs in a spot, it's recorded in that environment, and I say an open-minded, sensitive-minded individual could then see that past action as I hate to repeat myself, as a video recording of the past. It's a possibility. But having spent two nights studying the transcripts of, say, Edgar Cayce, and we've all looked at, say, Nostradamus or God, the names, it's like Baba, yeah. There's a couple of old ladies who also predicted the future. I haven't seen any proof that people who commune with the spirit world know any more than us. I do seem to think that people who commune with the spirit world are rather good about taking money from those wealthy ladies who believe in the spirit world. And long may that transaction continue. I hope it makes both groups happy. But I don't believe it to be true. Next week, telekinesis and telepathy. Maybe that's real. Something has to be. It would be nice to believe. But all I find now is carry on these investigations is crossing things off. But you never know. Maybe telekinesis is real. Or maybe it's not. We'll find out. Carry on!